Welcome to Daily Home Bible Readings for Saturday, October 29th, 2022, from our Sunday School lesson, ages 25 and older and ages 18 to 24. I do not own the rights to this music. The topic for today is a champion for the needy, and it's coming out of Job chapter 29, verses 2 through 16. Now I will read both the King James Version and the Amplified Version. Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of God was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter, and the rock poured me out rivers of oil, when I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me, and when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me, because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind, and feet was I to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not I searched out. The Amplified Version of Job chapter 29, verses 2 through 16. Oh, that I were as in the months of old, as in the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the prime of my days, when the friendship and counsel of God were over my tent, when the Almighty was still with me, and my boys were around me, when my steps through rich pastures were washed with butter and cream from my livestock, and the rock poured out for me streams of oil from my olive groves, when I went out to the gate of the city, when I took my seat as a city father in the square. The young men saw me and hid themselves. The aged arose and stood respectfully. The princes stopped talking and put their hands on their mouths. The voices of the nobles were hushed, and their tongues stuck to the roof of their mouths. But when an ear heard my name mentioned, it called me happy and fortunate. And when an eye saw me, it testified for me approvingly, because I rescued the poor who cried for help, and the orphan who had no helper. The blessing of him who was about to perish came upon me, and I made the widow's heart sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind, and I was feet to the lame. I was a father to the needy. I investigated the case I did not know and assured justice. The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.